Hello everybody, Doug here. Welcome to yet another board game channel and yet another turn of Eldritch Horror. We're in a race to the finish to prevent Shudde from awakening. Hopefully we won't have to turn him over. If we get amazingly lucky and everybody rolls really well, we could potentially do it this turn. We all know how likely that is. But, you know, never give up hope. It's kind of hard to give up hope, as, yes, last turn we lost another investigator, that is 5. This is a very rough one. So, we have another replacement investigator. Excuse me. It's probably only going to be around for 1 or 2 turns, but we are joined by William Yorick, the Gravedigger. As you can see, there are all his stats. I won't go over all of it. As an action, he can discard up to 2 cards from the reserve, then perform an additional action. I don't think we'll be looking into the reserves much at this point. His passive, when you defeat a monster with toughness 2 or greater during a combat encounter, you may gain 1 non-service asset of your choice from the reserve. I don't think he'll be fighting monsters anytime soon. Though this be madness, yet there is method in't. There he is. So he will be starting in Sydney, which is devastated. But I got a plan for him. He's going to be starting with a focus, giving him that, and he starts with the alchemical concoction, which we have seen. I actually had to get this out of the discards, but he gets it back. Item magical. You may discard this card to gain +5 strength during a combat encounter. May not be an issue. It's also got the Bury Them Deep unique asset. Is a task. When a non-epic monster is defeated or discarded, you may spend 1 focus to place that monster on this card. You may then flip this card. Well, we'll see. I'm hoping some monsters will be dying this turn. And let's have a quick look at William's backstory. William Yorick always dreamed of becoming an actor, but alas, poor Yorick. See what they did there. It was not meant to be. As a gravedigger, Yorick saw corpses every day, so when inhuman monstrous corpses started turning up in Arkham, he took the bodies to Miskatonic University for study. Unfortunately for Yorick, this drew some unwanted attention, and fearing for his life, he took up a grave-digging job in Sydney, far from Arkham and far from trouble, at least until the corpses started clawing their way from the ground. Presumably that was shortly before. What exactly happened to Sydney? Shortly before Sydney was burned to the ground. Yeah. There was fire and explosions and a whole lot of death. So yeah. That is where Yorick is going to start. I think I'm actually going to have him try to close the gate, because he can't get up here to help anytime very soon. So, well, let's get to it. I'm going to start with Daryl Simmons is still our lead investigator, so we're going to start with him. Alright, what Daryl is going to do is, first thing, he's going to grab himself a train ticket while on a city space. Then he is going to move to Istanbul, spending the train ticket to extend him his journey to Rome, where hopefully he will be able to take out those monsters with his awesome stuff. And then we can start doing encounters there and hopefully doing this mystery. All right, next is, well, we're just going to stay right here. There is Sister Mary, who is next. Sister Mary can do very, very little in this spot. She's going to take a focus, and that's all she can do. She can't rest because there are monsters in the space. She can't do any city actions. Yeah, there's nothing she can do except trade. But no, I want Daryl to keep all the stuff so that he can really kick butt. Yeah, that is literally all she can do. Even her special action isn't at all useful because it helps people discard madness conditions. We have no madness conditions, just a deal and an injury. So, yeah, if it's a reckoning this turn, we're going to lose Sister Mary as well. Fingers crossed there, because we can't rest and heal her up. All right, that's it for Mary. Now we're going to go down to Sydney and see our new investigator, William Yorick. All right, William. He can't get very far. He can't move very fast in this space. He can't pick up a ship ticket because Sydney is devastated and therefore no longer actually a city. So for his first action, he's going to move over to the Antarctica space. For his second action, he will grab himself a focus, giving him 2. So hopefully he can close that and slow down Doom a little bit. If we get rid of this blue one, that gives us 1 extra turn before Doom hits 0. Depending, of course, on how all the cards go. Alright, that's all for William. Finally, we are going to join Patrice, who is still in Antarctica. All right, Patrice, after doing a little bit of exploring in City of the Elder Things and contributing to the mystery, which I gather is thematically correct, I guess the Elder Things from Antarctica are some of the things involved with locking Shudde away, so I've been told. So, thematically, that turns out very nicely. However, after doing the exploration, a rampaging Shoggoth decides to show up, so she is getting the heck out. And for her first action, we'll move to the Plateau of Lang. For her second action, we're going to test her lore. And, yes, if we pass, she will be able to move to any space of our choice containing a gate, which means she would be able to get to Rome or, Rome. Because then she can contribute to the mystery as well. So, we're going to put the dice tower. There it is. So, her lore is 3. She has focus and 2 clues. I'd rather not use up the clues, because we need those to get the mystery done. She also has the Antarctic Guide, which will allow her to re-roll one of these dice if necessary, because we're still in an Antarctica space. Alright, let's use the guide. Use the focus. Oop, not that one. That one went away. Okay. Here we go. For a minute I thought we'd have to spend the clue after all. Success! So, yes, she vanishes from the Plateau of Lang, and she pops out of the gate in Rome, surprising Daryl and Sister Mary. What? How do you do that? That's fine. She is there, and we're going to do this thing. We're all going to solve this together. Fingers crossed. Alright, that is it for actions. Now, yeah, let's get into encounters. Okay, Daryl. First thing we need to do is kill these monsters. Gonna start with the werewolf, who is already down to just a single health. You can see he's physically resistant, however, we're okay because he's going to be attacking with the Holy Spear, which is magical. Focus. Let me zoom out a tiny bit. We'll probably focus more now. Alright, so first of all, the sanity check. We're going to do a straight will roll, trying to prevent 1 sanity. His will is a respectable 3. However, with his Book of the Dead, he has another 2. So we're rolling 5, and we just need a single success, and we got 3. Nothing is phasing Daryl, certainly not a garden variety werewolf. Alright, now the strength test. We only need to do 1 because the werewolf's already hurt 1. We'd like to get 2 though, to prevent taking any damage ourselves. So he's got a strength of 2, got the Holy Spear, which gives him another 4. So that's going to be 6. Plus an extra 1, because of the Hitman, roll 1 additional die. So we're going to be doing 7 dice. 3, 4, 5. Come on, Daryl. Let me double check. Are we going to get to re-roll? Oh, can't re-roll. We need a success. Oh boy. Okay. Well, oh, of course, with the camera, once per round when you spend a clue, you may gain a clue. So we're going to do that. We're going to spend a clue, reroll, we'll discard that, but then he grabs himself a fresh clue. We can only do that the 1 time, but he has spent 1. We just need 1 success here. Nope. We're going to spend another. We need to kill these monsters, because otherwise nobody can do anything on this space. Oh, come on, Daryl. Okay, he's going to spend his other clue just because we need these monsters dead. Wow. Total fail. Alright, Sister Mary and Patrice are going to have to deal with the werewolf. Alright. Daryl now has to also fight the flying polyp. See if this can go any better. It's got a massive 4. So we're going to do our will -1 check to prevent 2 sanity damage. Will is 3, plus 2 with Book of the Dead, minus 1. Only 2 success. He failed completely. He's taking 2 sanity damage. This is going... Yep, this is the worst way this could have possibly gone. This is going to mess up the entire turn. Alright, so now he's going to fight the thing. He's got to do 4. Going to do strength -2. Now he's got a base of 2, plus 4. Plus another 1, 5. And we've used up all the clues. Yeah, this went astoundingly badly. This was a complete failure on Daryl's part. So, we're going to be doing 4. So we're going to be rolling 5 dice, and we need 4 successes with no re-rolls. He, he managed to get 3. Yeah, now he's rolling. Alright, that is the end of Daryl's turn. He can't do anything else because there are monsters in the way. Awesome. Well, we are not finishing this turn, and Daryl's used up all his clues as well. I'm going to have to trade one off to him next turn. Wow. Cannot believe how badly that went. Okay, well, it's Sister Mary's turn. Okay, Sister Mary, excellent chance that she will die during this encounter phase. I'm going to have to try the Mist of Relais. During the encounter phase, may test lore. If you pass, we can have an encounter as if the monsters were not there. So her lore is a measly 2. She has a focus, and we are not spending her clue. Okay, she got that. She managed to put the whammy on the werewolf and the flying polyp. They don't realize she's there. So she gets to move on and have a devastation encounter. Part of the building you're exploring collapses, trapping you inside. Resolve the pass effect to search the basement for a tunnel that connects to another building, or resolve the fail effect to try to dig your way out. Well, looking at her stats, what are her choices? We're either searching or digging. Digging is probably strength, observation is probably the looking. And her observation is 1 better at 3. So yeah, she's going to look. That seems the logical way. Yeah, figured. You search the shadowy basement halls. We will test just a straight observation. Success. If you pass, you find both an exit and important documents that were left behind. Gain a clue. Huzzah! At least Sister Mary knows what she's doing. If you fail, blah blah blah. Alright, so our next step is, once again, we are going to try to organize a relief effort for the displaced civilians, which will be, influence -1, which means 1. 1 die. But she now has a focus and 2 clue tokens. So we can do potentially 2 rerolls here. Thank you, Mary. She got herself a 6. So if they pass, we may spend a clue, which we will discard, to place a clue, which is supposed to technically be grabbed from the clue supply. We will add that to our disaster relief effort mystery. Thank you, Mary, for getting stuff done. And not dying. Oh my god, she didn't die. She snuck past the critters. Good on her. Alright, so we're having some success. Now we will be checking out William York, who is the only person who's someplace else entirely. Okay, Mr. Yorick. Going to try to close the blue Antarctica gate. Yeah, this turn the Omen Trap will move around to green. We have 1 green, so that will activate, putting us down to 2 doom. Turn after that would be blue. We currently have 2 blue, so if we get rid of 1 blue, that means at the end of next turn, depending on if gates spawn of the incorrect type, that'll actually put us down to 1 doom rather than straight into 0. So, as he's in a decent place for it, we're going to have Yorick try to close the Antarctica gate. It's on the other side of the gate. We have Lost Carcosa. You grow frustrated walking through the empty streets, able to hear people talking and laughing nearby, but unable to catch up to them. You try to focus and distinguish specific words from the mingling conversations. Observation, only 2. He's got a couple of focus. One of which he will spend. The second of which he will spend. Nope. The words remain unintelligible, and you realize that you become lost in the city while chasing after those voices. You walk lost through Carcosa's dark alleyways and consider painstakingly retracing your steps. Lose 2 sanity. Oh, too high here. Unless you become delayed. Well, delayed is the worst thing that could happen to us right now. We cannot afford to be slowed down in any way, so he's going to take a hit of 2 sanity, leaving him at 3. Alright, so that leaves us with Patrice Hathaway, who unfortunately has to deal with a couple of monsters that she probably isn't nearly strong enough to deal with. Okay, Patrice, first thing she's going to do is fight a werewolf. So that's going to be a plain old sanity check, trying to prevent, well, will check, trying to prevent 1 sanity loss. Should be okay here. She's got a will of 4. Okay, just barely. Then, going to do a strength test, trying to prevent 2 damage, and just do 1 damage. It's got physical resistance, so I don't think I can use the 25 automatic roll 1 additional die. Okay, so she is going to, yeah, her strength is 1. She only needs to do 1 to kill it. We are going to spend 1 of her 2 clues. Oh my god, she did it. At least the werewolf is now out of the way. Now, we must remember William's task: when a non-epic monster is defeated or discarded, doesn't matter who does it, you may spend 1 focus. Oh, except he used up his focus. Oh, for crying out loud. Because we can't roll to save our lives, which is what we're trying to do. Okay, well, at least she took out the werewolf and has cleared the way for people to deal with the flying polyp next turn, because I'm pretty sure she's not going to get this. Alright, sanity check. Will -1, trying to prevent 2. Will is 3, so at least she gets to roll 3. She blocked 1, so she takes a sanity hit, leaving her at 2 sanity. And now she's going to fight. Well, she's trying to prevent 2, but she does only need 1 hit to actually kill this thing, because Daryl did something. And it's not physically resistant, so she will get to roll 2 dice, as her strength is 1. And she can use her 25 automatic to roll a second one. Hold on. She only lost 1 sanity there. because of the tattered cloak. If in effect would cause you to lose sanity, lose one fewer sanity instead. Okay. So she's not quite as insane. After that, right, rolling 2 dice in an attempt to deal with a flying polyp. All right, Patrice actually managed to do what Daryl couldn't and finish off the flying polyp. Which goes back into the bag. Okay, Patrice. Excellent job there. Can't believe she managed to do that. Oh. Yeah, that just makes me want to giggle. Okay, well, cleared out the monsters, which means she actually does get to do a devastation encounter. A cult has established itself, oh good, in the ruins of the city and is terrorizing those survivors who remain. God, just unending. It's like these people can't, the world cannot catch a break. Resolve the pass effect to convince the survivors to defend themselves, or resolve the fail effect to infiltrate the cult. Okay, so pass is convince, which would be probably her influence, which is 2. Infiltrate the cult, I'm not sure what that could be, but it's probably not influence, because they never make it the same test for both. And it's almost certainly not strength. So everything is better than her strength and her influence, so we are going to try to infiltrate the cult. Let's see if I logicked my way to something good there. Yeah, there we are. Yeah, that's better than the influence check. The cult will not accept you unless you establish your arcane knowledge. It'll be lore -1, so she's only going to roll 2. Oh. And ha! She showed them. If you pass, you sabotage the cultists and steal one of their prized possessions. Gain an artifact. Go Patrice. Patrice is the hero of this turn. It gets herself Bone Pipes has an action. Test lore. If you pass, you may spend 1 sanity to choose 1 monster on your space or an adjacent space. The chosen monster loses 2 health and moves 1 space. Well, there's nothing adjacent at the moment, so that's not super helpful. And with her tattered cloak, she wouldn't have to spend the sanity. But as it is, there's nothing nearby for that to be useful for. Still, she got it done. Oh, right, so that means now she gets to try the disaster relief. Leave that in there. So she will be testing her, yeah, unfortunately, her influence -1. We don't have very strong influence on anybody. Daryl's the best with 3. So, we're going to roll just a single die. Nope. And yeah, there's nothing that's going to let us re-roll that. And she's not going to spend the clue to re-roll because she still needs the clue to put on the mystery. Well, that was mixed, wasn't it? All right. We are now through the encounters. We inched along a tiny, tiny bit. So, yeah, that means we will now have to go into, yes, the wonderful, dreaded Mythos phase. Okay, here we go. I've counted the cards and everything, and I think there's a 3 in 5 chance that this will be a reckoning, which means Sister Mary will die. Oh my god, it's not a reckoning. And it's got snowflakes. That's 2 snowflakes in a row. Yes! It's not necessarily wonderful, but we'll find out. Yeah, first things first, we need to move the omen track, which, yes, we have 1 green omen, which means that moves down to here, Doom moves down to 2, which knocks off our last Eldritch token. Okay, this is the worrying part. We got a devastation. Shanghai flooded. Oh God, nobody's near Shanghai. Panicked survivors clamber to the rooftops, clutching what few heirlooms they could rescue. Below, the rapidly rising waters swallow the streets. Agent investigator on Shanghai loses 5 sanity, gains 2 injury conditions, and becomes delayed. Shanghai is devastated. I mean, okay, yeah, sad for Shanghai, but we're nowhere near it. So, nobody took a hit on that. Oh, wow, okay. Now a monster surge, so we're going to have 2 monsters spawn in Istanbul. 1 in my hand and 2. There we go. We've got a maniac and a cultist. You know, we could have used more cultists. They're a lot easier to deal with. But yeah, I think, have we seen a maniac? Oh, that's right. I accidentally put the maniac out a couple turns ago when I didn't need. Oh yeah, I put it on Istanbul because I was wrong about where the omen track was. Well, it turns out there is a maniac there after all, along with a cultist. So we will put those there. Nobody is going to go see Pete anytime soon, so it's not a big deal. And, oh yes, and good thing, clue spawning. We're almost out of clues. We're going to have to start over again. There's 1 and 2. Let's space. 21, the Australian outback, and Shanghai. It can't spawn, so it just gets discarded. Well, blah. Okay. In one night, the whole monstrous undertaking has disappeared. Every occult sigil has been sanded from the wall and painted over. Every name on your list has moved to a new city without notice. You would like to believe that you managed to drive them out, but you fear that it signifies something worse. The dark goal they'd been pursuing is now accomplished. Well, yeah, we are really close to losing this. That which consumes. Event. Investigators as a group, that would be me, choose 1 gate on the game board and discard it. If it does not correspond to the current omen, advance doom by 1. Oh, so we can't fix it so that we lose a blue one so that it doesn't happen next turn, because it'll just happen now. Well, we have 1 option to get rid of a gate without advancing doom, and that is the Istanbul gate, which goes away. Okay, well, we are halfway to finishing the final mystery, well, our 3rd mystery. We may have to deal with a final one if Shudde flips over. We just need Sister Mary and Patrice to succeed in rallying the people in Rome, because they're the only ones that currently have clues left, because Daryl couldn't roll. Alright. Still, Patrice, way to go. She managed to finish off the werewolf and the polyp all on her lonesome, just poking away at it with her tiny little 25 automatic. Somehow it worked. Well, we'll see if we can pull us through next turn. Fingers and everything crossed. Hope you join me next time. Thanks very much for watching. Thanks for subscribing to the channel and liking the videos both on YouTube and Board Game Geek. It's very much appreciated. And we will see you next time for yet another turn of Eldritch Horror. So long.